I think some people think that technology is only going to separate us further and not connect us.
If we're all in these isolated news spaces and advertisement spaces, where do we find common language? And where do we set up a sense of the commons?
So we got to find the balance. When are we using technology to connect us like never before?
What you do online is your spiritual life. There's not like I'm spiritual over there and not spiritual over here. Everything is about our spiritual life.
Technology has always been a part of the spiritual life. And that goes way back when. In order to get a Bible, the scriptures, you needed an alphabet.
The printing press was used as an incredibly consequential tool for communication.
You can carry around a book and have that all of God's revelation. That was transformational technology, and on and on and on.
We saw during COVID, a lot of people were trying to find ways to still connect to communities, still attend religious services digitally and online, and finding ways to find that fulfillment, that spiritual fulfillment, when we couldn't gather in large numbers or at times couldn't gather at all.
Crisis often gives us the possibility of being creative. I love using technology to expand my connection to other people, to invite people to be in ritual space with me.
Many people from Trinidad, many people from Canada, many people from other parts of the world joining and participating.
To let people mourn and celebrate, grieve, and rejoice with people across the world in ways they would not have been able to.
Not to mention that engaging youth in the faith is made much easier with social media these days, with second-generation TikTok influencers showing how they incorporate Hindu values into their daily lives, holy temple sites recreated in Minecraft and shared on Instagram, and even AI-generated videos of Hindu gods dancing to secular music.
There is no question in my mind that we can connect to each other's heart and soul through technology in ways we couldn't think before, and that connect us to ourselves, to each other, and to the sacred.
But of course, there are also dangers with improper use of technology.
We live in an era of high conflict. These algorithms are designed to keep us scrolling.
It can also betray a fundamental religious value, which is to be truthful.
Where that's a worry is when I kind of agree, or I think it's something that is kind of how I think, to also be careful about whether that's true or not, whether that information is accurate. I think it's really confusing and isolating, and also points to, in some ways, how isolated we've been in the past.
And so we have that sense of almost a fatalistic powerlessness in the face of these technologies that leads us to anxiety, despair, but also to just giving up on finding a different way. That's what worries me.
In many ways, I've gotten into this habit of trying to optimize my spiritual life because technology pushes you in those directions, when in fact, some things cannot be sped up. Some things require the slow working of the Spirit.
I think it's very important to constantly be aware that the algorithm is making choices for you. And in order to have agency in your own life, and to, I think, really understand the world around us, you need to take some of that agency back.
I go to the gym. I work out. I go for a walk with my dog. I breathe. I put my feet literally on the ground, and I allow myself to be grounded, my body to be grounded. And that is the first step toward spiritual calibration.
I'm hearing more and more about children who are opting out, about parents who are opting out for their children, and certainly any religion that tells you to power down one day a week, that tells you to take a Sabbath, or that simply puts claims on your time that require you to be away from the algorithms, away from your devices, is in that sense a force for good.
It's really about focusing on relationship. It's really about focusing on connection. It's really about focusing on dialogue and engagement and community. We can't really do religion alone.
I find it to be super important to touch grass, as the kids say. I think there is a beautiful element, but also really fulfills a very human need of being with other people.
I think the future requires partnership, curiosity, and not contempt.
It's decisions, where we show up, how we show up, what spirit we bring to each moment. And so the screens and algorithms are just an extension of that, and they can reflect back positively or negatively, but it's all part of life experience.